Hi, this is Grace with the Southern Glamper, and I've got a new video about us installing an RV slide awning onto our new camper. So we use the Carefree of Colorado brand, that is the Alpine line, and what we did was we ordered it and installed it ourselves. Now, this is a project that you could easily do. I would recommend allowing probably 2 to 4 hours to actually do the project start to finish. And a lot of that's going to depend on how handy you are with tools. Before you order an awning, you're going to want to measure to find out how wide your slide is across from side to side. And that's going to be from the actual flange to flange. So the entire width of that slide, and then you want to know how deep that slide is. And that's going to help you to obtain, the right size that you will need. Plus, you're going to want to make sure that when you order that awning, it's going to need to be about 2.5 inches wider on each side so that you've got enough room for a slight amount of overhang so that it's going to actually do its job when it extends over the slide itself. So let me show you the steps as to how we went through and installed the slide, and then I'll come back and talk to you about a few additional things that we learned while we were doing the project. Unbox all of your pieces to prepare for assembly. Mark a center line on the RV wall as well as on the awning rail, and then add some butyl tape to the back for some added sealant. Line up your center lines on the RV wall and the rail and drill your pilot holes. Add some sealant to each pilot holes as you insert the screws to prevent moisture. GeoFlex is a product we've had great success with and used on this product. Prepare your brackets by adding some sealant to the backs, and then attach them to the slide. Drill your pilot holes and add sealant to each one of those. Attach your end caps to the brackets, and then add your awning tube to the rail and attach it to the end caps. Once you've secured with a screw, pull the pin and check the tension to make sure it extends and retracts correctly. So now that you have seen the awning and how we installed it, here's a few things that we learned along the way. You might wonder why we did this as a do-it-yourself project. My husband and I talked about this both before and after, and we felt like the amount of time that it would have taken us to actually drive to a dealership, we're not super close to one, leave it there, come back and pick it up, plus you don't know how long it's going to be there once you drop it off. We just felt like it would be less time for us to do it ourselves. It took us about 4 hours start to finish, and we still feel like that we made the right decision by doing this ourselves. The one thing that made our installation process longer and more difficult is that I pulled that spring pin that controls the tension in the awning tube. I pulled that one step too soon. It released all the tension, and then it would not expand and retract like it should, and that created a problem that I wished that I had not done. I will stress, read through all of the directions, go through it step by step. If you miss one of those steps, then you could create a problem for yourself like I did. All I had to do was just go back and manually rewind that. It's not easy to do that, and that's the other reason why I stress, please don't pull that pin too early. And then other than that, you'll just want to make sure that you put that sealant where you're putting each one of those pilot holes, because that is what keeps moisture from getting into your RV once you have gone through this installation project. We did GeoFlex. That's what we've always used and have had good results. I'm sure there's other brands, but that's what we use. And then finally, just do general maintenance on your awning, where you can use just a basic RV awning, just a cleaner. You could use Thetford, Camco, any of those brands that are awning, cleaners that are made specifically for RVs. And if you feel like there is dirt and debris getting trapped between the two layers, the awning itself and the slide, then just use a leaf blower and push out anything that's underneath there. You're probably not going to experience a ton of that, but from time to time, if it's really windy where you're camping, you might find that, so you could just blow it out with a leaf blower. Aside from that, it should work flawlessly for years to come. So if you have any comments, leave one below. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and happy camping.